HDFC Bank Securing Online Banking, presented by Team 12, Priyamadari Sajja, Nagapriyanka Tarikamalla, Hemant Kumar Reddy Uputuri, Sainath Goripati, Sunny Kumar Jamilamudi. Important facts. In 2006, there were about 38.5 million internet users in India, and the number was expected to increase to 100 million by 2008. In 2007, HDFC Bank was targeted by phishing attack, which was one of the most significant attacks for private banks with 682 billion deposits. HDFC Bank realized that its information security framework for online banking was very poor soon after phishing took place. Later, HDFC Bank signed on RSA Security, US-based IS solution company, to fight with phishing activities. The Reserve Bank of India made compulsory for the banks to route the large amount payments via the RTGS in March 2004. The debut of the Internet in India was in August 1995 by the Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited, which was owned by federal government. Fraudsters used dominant online banking user accounts that would never alert the IS system. Federal government's revised regulations on banking system made a severe impact in 1994. Most of the customer-initiated transactions were largely dependent on online banking. The HDFC Bank had 10 million customers in 2007, which contained saving account holders as the largest category. Adaptive risk modeling was a risk management model used by the bank for the transactions which are made online. Phishing attack is the most common attack in 9 most common frauds worldwide regarding the banks and some financial institutions. The IS infrastructure proposed by the HDFC Bank contains two types of servers. One is authentication server and the other is online server. 20% of the HDFC Bank online banking holders never done even a single online transactions. With respect to time, the online banking in India is growing fast. The online banking has two components. One is the net banking, other is mobile banking. HDFC Bank's target is reach to middle income individuals rather than well-settled individuals. Key issue 1. Why should HDFC authenticate the user, transaction or both? Alternative course of action. Authenticate with users using two-factor authentication with user-chosen security questions for all personal accounts and token generators for all business accounts. Use strategic limited two-factor authentication while retaining current level of transactional security. Just increase transactional security for all transactions. Authenticate with users using two-factor authentication with user-chosen security questions for all personal accounts and token generators for all business accounts. Pros. Two-factor authentication is relatively easy to implement on web and on mobile banking. If a user is permitted to choose his own security questions and answers, this greatly improves security. Cons. Weak questions and answers do not increase security. Inconvenient to both business and personal users. Does not address transactional security. Username, password and security answer vulnerable for logging into the account. Use strategic limited two-factor authentication while retaining current level of transactional security. Pros. Addresses the transactional security issue, can catch transactions from attacker who subvert two-factor authentication. Addresses the user identification issue, limiting two-factor authentication to certain situation balances security, like physical token for RTGS accounts, security questions for unauthorized users. Cons. Does not address identifying the user himself or herself. Just increase transactional security for all transactions. Pros. Need to help in identifying and halting transaction outside norms. Notifying users of suspicious transaction may improve trust in bank. Cons. Does not address compromised transactions that fall within the norms. Difficult to identify the normal ranges. False positives may delay legitimate transaction, causing inconvenience to the client. Recommendations. Limiting two-factor authentication only to unrecognized devices. Protects personal accounts with minimal inconvenience. Mandating hardware token generators only for these clients balance the security. False positive rate can be incrementally addressed later. Key issue 2, methods to improve online banking security. Alternative course of action. Risk management, authentication in the online banking. Risk management. Pros. Customer will get an email when they transfer money from one account to another, so this will be a great advantage to the customers. By this, there will be no issue when funds are transferred from one account to another who has bank account. Cons. There is no credit risk in this internet banking. There is no strategic developed in the online banking. Authentication in the online banking. Pros. Updates will be verified by the admin in the banking site. To provide more security to the customers, separate profiles should be created. Cons. No security questions when a transaction is processing. No one-time passwords when doing the transactions. Recommendation COA. To provide more security in risk management, it should contain strategic risk, interest rate risk, and credit risk. By having security questions and one-time password in order to process the transaction. Key issue 3. How to increase the online customers in HDFC. Alternative course of action. Advertising about online banking. Online banking should be user friendly, should provide more security. Advising about online banking. Pros. We can deliver more information about online banking. Main resource to communicate customers. Cons. To implement new ideas is more expensive. If it fails, then the company rating will go down. Cannot increase more customers as they need more security. Online banking should be user friendly. Pros. Profit will be increased by making all tasks online. Less staff should be needed in banks. Cons. Chances are more to violate the security. Bank needs more experienced people to develop an IT. Should provide more security. Pros. Controlling cyber attacks. Bank can maintain the data in a secure manner. Cons. High technology should be needed to provide security. High experienced people should be needed to maintain the data secure. Recommendation of COA. If HDFC provides more features like deposit money through ATMs, mobile banking, and by providing best customer services, this may increase the number of customers and everyone will lead a comfortable life without any time constraint. Thank you.